since I did my hair. Yes, I know this is not what I preach, but sometimes life is lifing, and then it will happen that you did not wash your hair for 2 to 3 weeks. Is my hair dehydrated? No, I don't think so. My hydration levels are on point, and I can do this a couple of times. I just said it. But yeah, I was getting cold and sickness after sickness. You can even see it in my videos of last year. I was consistently cold, and when you have children in the toddler age and they go to the nurseries and kindergartens, they have to build their immune system. Let's see my hair. We're going to do a full hair wash day with everything from clarifying to conditioning, detangling before shampoo. I already massaged and oiled my scalp a couple of days before, and there's also a bit of oil on my hair strands and some, Brazilian butters. I'm just experimenting, but yeah, this is my hair. The definition is still on point. It's just the madness of shrinkage. This is why I'm also not really concerned about doing these types of wash and goes where your hair hangs down like this and looks kind of wavy, because this is not really what my hair wants to do. The majority of my hair strands wants to coil up into a spiral corkscrew way. The front of my hair, this part of my hair is more on the wavy zigzag type. I've also mentioned this, I think, in a couple of my videos, and this is what hangs a lot, this is what stretches out a lot, but this is also what can frizz out a lot if you don't use the styling products that have this extra hold. It will just look like a ball of cotton frizzy, but it's actually waves that is trying to find the way. And I'm a fan of the maximum hydration method. This is where I learned a lot about what does it mean when you have tight 4C curls, 4C, 4B curls. When comes the point where your hair hydrates and kind of clumps together, and when you style it with appropriate products, how to keep this curl clumping going on, what to look out for when you wash your hair and when it's product free. This is everything I've learned from the maximum hydration method, and I can only say what I've learned, right? Even if I did not do a YouTube channel when I did my big chop in 2015, so my second big chop, I can only provide you and tell you what I have learned so far, and this is what my hair is doing, things it is doing. It started somewhere in maybe 2008. I was trying to find why my hair, my relaxed hair, is kind of not looking like the people on the box. Little did I know that they had, relaxed hair that was just straight, and nobody knew this at that time. I was asking myself, what is going on? Because we had no hairstylist around. So I grew up in Germany, I did not grow up in Africa. I would maybe go to black hairstylists that could perm my hair. So everything my mom did, and yes, it did not come out that way. Even if she knows how to do hair, it did not come out that way. I hope you can see my hair. So it's indeed in need of a hair wash. I would necessarily say that my hair strands are in need of a hair wash. Yes, they are, but my scalp is in need of a good cleanse. Yeah, and I'm really excited to tell you that I have finally bought the Curly Girl Handbook. So I find it very important with all these, different kind of opinions. Sorry, this sun is like, there are clouds all over the place. It's not raining, so I'm happy, so bear with me. I will get the settings right when I detangle my hair. But let's talk about the Curly Girl Handbook. I find it so important to go back to the basics. Even if I'm not a hairstylist, I obviously love hair. And when we go out of the streets here in Europe, the majority is not black. This type of hair, certainly not. Many have curly hair, many have straight hair, many have silky hair, many have big visible curls. Look at the size of my finger and look at the size of each curls and waves here. It's not the same. It's really rare to see people in TV having this kind of hair clumped together. It's mostly Afro styled hair. Yeah, that's the bitter truth. I obviously want to wear my hair clumped, even if it's not that, big bouncy curls. This is what I want. This is what I was obviously given when I was born, so I have to deal with it. And yes, I deal with it mostly in a clumped way, styled with gels. And yes, I love reading, even if I don't have a lot of time anymore. But yeah, I finally managed to buy this book. I've been eyeballing this book for many years. I started talking about it again, I think, yeah, a year ago somewhere. It took me another year to get it. And what's so interesting is you see a lot of basics. And yes, I know many are mentioning Anthony Dickey, and his book is around since 2005, and I will definitely also get it. And I will also get the book about the tightly curly method by Terry LaFleche. I don't know if you remember, she had this long tight curly hair, not the same as my hair. Her curls are bigger than mine. The natural or the wash and go space has come a long way, and many don't even call it wash and go. They just call it, I define my natural curls and look for things to have a hold, right? I don't know, in Germany no one would say, I do wash and goes. No, they would say, ich definiere meine Locken. They would not say, ich mache waschen und gehe. Yeah, sounds strange, right? What I really find interesting is that she says in the book that in order to absorb maximum moisture, we with the type of hair like this, we need to hydrate our hair before we get into the shower. What she's describing here is a kind of Prepoo is a kind of Prepoo with a wetting agent for these hard to saturate fractals and zigzags, making the conditioning process more effective. Yeah, I find this interesting because this is what I do. I combine it with actually detangling my hair. I use products like aloe vera gel, which I love. I wet my hair, spray it. It kind of is receiving the goodness, and then I will go to the cleansing and conditioning steps. So let's go while I do a voice over.
Okay, I already sectioned my hair actually and started detangling, because my camera memory card just told me it's full when I was ready recording, and you know how it goes. Your batteries will also empty in the same time. So how does a typical hair detangling session looks like out of the shower? Well, that's what you're right now looking at the screen. I work in small sections, spray my hair wet and apply my aloe vera plant gel mixed with glycerin to use the mucilage slipped together with the remaining gel cast off my hair to get the brush gliding through my hair. So that's basically why I love using aloe vera gel. It doesn't have an unpleasant smell, provides tons of slip and gives me an extra moisture boost once I hop into the shower for the cleanse. I filmed this video a couple of weeks ago, and I'm actually doing this voiceover in April, so I did a tiny bit of a switch. Or what do I use? I've added Kinky Curly Not Today detangler to the aloe vera gel mix. It provides me the best slip, which I will talk about in one of my other detangling videos, so no worries. So instead of just using plain aloe vera gel with glycerin, I add Kinky Curly Not Today. Now you may wonder, why don't I just simply use a conditioner to detangle before the cleanse? It's because not all conditioners will give you that slip you need, and many conditioners don't spread well with styling products. Once you activate the old gel cast with water on your hair and smooth conditioner in, it often also creates instant clumping and flakes that require additional smoothing and water, which takes forever. The purpose of detangling hair out of a shower is to save water for me, and I don't like staying wet all the time. But it shouldn't give you a hard time, and spending several hours just to detangle isn't great. So if you feel you're spending too much time, switch up for water-based products that provide better slip and work with your old gel or styling cast. If you prefer detangling your hair before shampoo, but like to start in the shower right away and you don't mind staying wet, I would suggest you rinsing your hair properly first. You just hop inside, use warm water to saturate your entire hair to rinse the old styling products completely out, and then you start detangling with conditioner. I can also show this in a separate video so that you've got a better idea on how I detangle both ways. You can of course detangle the classic way after the hair cleanse, but I personally went back to doing it before shampoo. If you're interested in how I did it after shampoo, just look up my old videos. There's no right way to do hair. We should have the freedom to do what works best for us. I've seen many preferring commercial detangle solutions before the cleanse. I also see many preferring natural plant-based solutions that don't require preservatives because you use it right away. Again, when you do a do-it-yourself the same day and use it right up, there's no need to add preservatives because you want to use it up, right? But don't try to kind of formulate things at home without preservatives and putting it into your fridge for 2 weeks or 10 days or something. It will grow bacteria, especially when the jars and the tools you use aren't clean. You don't want this. Other plants high in this gooey mucilage gel besides fresh aloe vera plant gel that you can use to detangle your hair are, for example, okra gel, cactus gel, flaxseed gel, and Irish sea moss. Just look at what you can have access to, for example. I hope this clicks now, because if you look up your botanical gels, actually, they also contain at least 1 or 2 of these ingredients. Yes, these are film-forming humectants that are responsible to keep your hair hydrated for longer. The cast they create prevents less water evaporation compared to a simple humectant like glycerin that tends to pull moisture from the air when it's too dry, which can create lots of frizz, or when it's too humid, it will pull moisture from your own strands, actually, giving it to the air, drying your hair from the inside out. So yes, formulated products are balanced, but it also depends in what climate you are living in. So I'm going to say it again. If you think the LOC, the LOC, or the LCO method with the raw butters and oils is the real deal for you, but you're not using any stylers containing these ingredients high in the list, at least second or third ingredient, you're truly missing on something, and it doesn't make sense. Why should you moisturize your hair on a daily routine, or every other day, or every 2 days, or 3 times a week? Why? The purpose of cleansing your hair is to getting your hair hydrated, and you also follow up with a conditioner to close your cuticles, to balance the pH out again inside your hair, right? Why are you fighting with dry hair strands, actually, when you are the true believer of the LCO method? I truly believe you are missing something, so look up the ingredient list of the products you're using and get yourself some botanical gels. Now, as I was saying in the beginning of the video, I'm comparing my entire hair routine to the curly girl method. also, of course, the maximum hydration method to see what I can improve or what I can switch up, because I want to be more conscious with what I put inside my hair and scalp. And to be honest, I've learned everything I'm talking about mostly with the maximum hydration method by experience, to observe what my hair does. My hair loves to be washed regularly. My hair loves water-based products more. I just want to exactly know what I'm buying and want to know the purpose of certain ingredients. Excluding things doesn't mean I'm more healthy than others or I'm better than others. It's just a personal choice, and if I can find alternative ingredients that can do the same job as synthetic solutions, why not sticking to what I like and what I prefer? One thing I've been seeing a lot in videos is that people say the curly girl method has too many rules or leads to buildup. But I truly wonder how many of you have really bought and read the book like I am actually doing in 2023. Where did you learn about the curly girl method? To make it short, the curly girl method is simply just a lifestyle to motivate you to focus more on a green and organic lifestyle, from foods and cosmetics to hair care. The entire book says multiple times it's just a guideline, so all these different curly hair routines that are explained in the handbook are adjustable. You don't have to use botanical conditioners to wash your hair. You can simply use sulfate-free cleansers, from shampoos, co-wash cleansers, to alternative ways like clay or herbal plants with natural cleansing agents. For some hair types, Lorraine Massey advises to leave some botanical conditioner in by squishing or squeezing the excess out, but says if your hair cannot handle it, then rinse it fully out. So if your hair can't handle some drops of botanical conditioner, again, botanical conditioner, not conditioners that are full of synthetic ingredients. Botanical conditioners are plant-based conditioners. So again, if you're also not the type for leave-in conditioners, why don't you just skip it? Why do you wait to complain months later your hair's weighed down? By the way, if you're familiar with the bowl method, I know we have all seen these videos. What makes it different from the curly girl method? Besides just being a bit more aware of the ingredients in the conditioner, right? You have a bowl, you've got water, you put some drops of conditioner in, squish it or squeeze it inside your hair multiple times, and that's it, right? Also, if you're a fan of a leave-in conditioner and you happen to own a conditioner where instructions you read with your eyes say it can be left in and it doesn't need to be rinsed fully out because the ingredients can do so, where's the issue actually? Isn't it great to have one product that does it all instead of having a rinse-out conditioner, a leave-in conditioner, and a curling cream? Some products, the instructions say it can be used for multiple purposes. So leaving a bit of conditioner in or botanical conditioner doesn't automatically mean that it shouldn't be left in. Read and search out for the brands that say these conditioners have multiple purposes. If you don't want 5 different products that you have to layer inside your hair, right? I'm just saying this because one staple conditioner I'm using, which is also happened to be a botanical conditioner, says that can be left inside the hair. It's the Rahua Classic Conditioner, and I like to leave a bit on my son's hair, for example. I don't do this for my hair, but for his hair, before I layer the Kinky Curly Curling Custard, Kinky Curly Curling Custard, before I layer the Kinky Curly Curling Custard on top of his hair. His hair is thriving this way best, and I've been doing this for about 4 months now. And yes, I've tried several styling options and sometimes I still switch it up to see, and I always come back to this combo. Once your hair is loving something and is showing the results you want, stick to it. This is really important. My biggest surprise moment was the styling process or the styling step in the book, because the internet kind of make believe that you do the curly girl method, you just apply conditioner and don't rinse it out and that's it. But yeah, no. After the cleansing and conditioning step comes the styling step. And surprise, surprise, it's advised to use gels to create a gel cast that protects and holds your hair strands. So, the curly girl method doesn't suggest to use botanical gels, which is something that became popular with the maximum hydration method around 2015. But still, you don't end the curly girl method, so the routine with leaving some conditioner in. You need the gel to form a cast around your hair strands. Yeah, it's just advised to focus on drying, alcohol-free formulations among other ingredients. That's it. So if you compare what I'm just talking about to many things that professional curl specialists do online and show in videos, it's all when it comes to the cleansing, conditioning and styling step, it's the same. You use something to cleanse your hair, you condition your hair, you detangle your hair, and then you use styling products with hold, which is often a gel, to form a gel cast. You dry it and that's it. Now, what about the brushing and detangling? Yes, it's advised to ditch and throw away brushes completely out of your routine. Would I? No, because I love my brushes. What's the idea behind not using brushes? First of all, I think the original idea behind this method is evolved around a time when there weren't enough products and hair care practices catered towards curly hair needs. Brushing out curls makes it totally frizzy, and depending on how tight your natural curl pattern is, it will create an afro hair look. So you kind of will never see what your hair strands look like when it's clumped together, because you're always basically brushing your clumped curl and wave formations out. But not every brush or comb rips out hair strands if you know what you're doing. If your hair doesn't easily get straight when you brush detangle, because it's a very loose wave and curl formation, stay away from detangling it dry. As simple as that. If your hair is too tight and you don't want to spend hours detangling your hair, use a brush to detangle your wet hair. You don't need to finger detangle. You can also switch things up, or use your fingers first and then the brush or the comb. There's a lot that you can do. So just because a book or a stylist say not to use a brush doesn't mean you're totally bound to it, right? Which brings me to another point that is often criticized: the daily hair routine. The handbook is built around frequent hair washes with specific cleansing, conditioning and styling routines for each curl types. But does it mean you've got to wash and style your hair every day? No, absolutely not. Again, it's just a guideline. If your day 3 hair is looking great, no greasy scalp and beautiful curls, why repeating the process if your hair and scalp isn't ready yet? And the handbook also gives suggestions on how to refresh your curls. Yeah, if you own the curl pattern where your hair gets back to instant shape with water and a little bit of styling product, you belong to the lucky ones. From my experience, I have to get my hair completely drenched with water again, or it will just become a frizzy ball. So it makes sense for me to just repeat the washing and styling and to focus on gels that bring me the biggest longevity. So for example, if I'm not used to wearing my curls the way they are, so I did a lot of twist outs and braid outs, or kept my hair stretched a lot and really never saw my natural curl pattern, it will take time to adjust and to see this natural curl clumping and tight wave clumping going on. So it can happen that you can only wear a style for 2 or 3 days because your hair is trying to clump, it's trying to adjust, and this takes time. So it makes sense to wash your hair and restyle it more often. But if you don't have any issues with curl clumping and the styling products you use, keep your hair clumped and just good and healthy for 5 to 7 days. You don't need to wash your hair the next day, right? So you understand what I'm trying to say, right? Now, reading the Curly Girl Handbook, something made me totally excited when it comes to tight curl patterns. It's suggested to detangle and condition your hair before the cleansing step outside the shower, since our hair type belongs to the driest curl types. The way this step is described reminds me of doing a non-oil prepoo, so something you're seeing me doing in this video and that I've mentioned earlier. I did not use a conditioner, but I used a wetting agent. I used aloe vera gel mixed with glycerin, it's a humectant, and I did this before the cleansing step, right? So isn't it actually amazing to actually read certain steps we all do in our hair care routines, written down by a curl specialist? We all know the diva cut salons, right? But maybe I'm the only one feeling this excitement. But it's great to read about something you do and kind of find approval, especially when we are living in times of where people are just judging others in a very harsh way, though things are working for them. Now, what do I also observe when I detangle my hair this way? Always starting at the ends, working my way up to the roots in sections. I'm sure you've noticed my hair staying clumped and defined by now. So by the time I do the water rinse and start the cleansing step, my curl pattern isn't fully distracted. It mostly stays like this and gets minimal frizz, compared to when I would start the detangling step after shampoo. And here you are seeing me, trying to get hair strands that want to clump together out of my brush. And look, it's amazing to see long clumps of hair strands out of this, frizzy ball. I find it truly amazing to see my hair is getting longer. This is not breakage and you can pull it out. This is amazing. As I mentioned earlier, detangling my hair with conditioner the fast way, directly in the shower before shampoo or after shampoo, doesn't give me the exact results. My curls are mostly brushed out, but mainly come back after the cleansing step. So again, after shampoo or clay mask, for example, this is where I see the most curl clumping actually. But when I follow up with conditioner, it kind of gets frizzy again and the clumping partly goes away. This is really strange. So brushing my hair out to start the detangling step after the cleansing is not for me. So even if people say products doesn't matter, it's only about techniques, I say my hair experience is telling me something different. Depending on what I use, it can dramatically alter the way my hair completely frizzes out or clumps together. I still haven't found the best conditioner, so the IT conditioner that is giving me everything I want in terms for my hair strands. But let me know if you own a similar cotton candy pattern like I do. Let me know, maybe I will try this conditioner out, because yeah, I've got micro corkscrews and tight zigzag waves. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.